do the intro if you would like to.
No, I'll let you take that.
Okay. Hello everybody who is watching. The link is not yet, but still. This is Performance Racing League's Tier 1 race here on this Sunday morning at COTA, the American Grand Prix here at Circuit the Americas. It's a lot of these drivers, this will be their home race here, situated in Austin, Texas. The race yesterday was very entertaining to watch and to commentate, and as the racing was very close, so we hope to see the same thing here. What do you think of it?
So yeah, this track is kind of, I've heard some people say that they can get into a good flow at this track, and it's not a problem for them. For me, that's a lot less the case. We have a wet session.
Oh, a rainy session. This will make it interesting.
Yeah. I wonder if the race will be dry, because then that throws all the tire strategies into a mess.
Yeah, it truly does. Now the link is up.
Yeah, link looks like it's up. Yeah, so if you can get into a good flow around this track, and you have to keep your tires in check, because with the S's in sector 1, you can get a lot of tire wear build up there. So um, I've played around with strategies for this track. I think I wanted to run a two-stop actually with soft, medium, medium, but I might be a little tougher on the tires than most of these guys are.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, now as we see Rusty here, the Norwegian, go into the SS, we saw on yesterday's performance that it was here that everybody's tires were going off. They get very hot here at this section, which is very interesting. Now, in this session, we should look out for T-Widow, Grack, and Weird TV, and as these three guys are the runner-ups. As now, Terrible F1, as I have understood it, has quit for this season.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's got some stuff with school that's really picking up, so we're happy for him. We're gonna miss him, but I think he still pokes his head in around the Discord at times. So
Yeah, we'll just hope that it's as good as it can, so that we then can see him back here to have some good racing. But here then, as we see, Rusty is soon to start his hot lap. He is a reserve here on this race. He performed very well yesterday. Only had slight issues with some collisions, but his pace looked very good.
yeah, Rusty's always been very quick, from what I've been told and from what I've heard about season 1. So goes a little over the track there. So that's doesn't look like he's invalidated yet, but that's certainly not going to be the fastest way through there.
Yeah, in the rain, the stewards are very lenient here on what happens in the game. First one, he of course gets purple. Then this is one of the most important corners of the whole track. You really need to nail that apex to get the ultimate exit for this huge straight. Then down here you come into another technical section with a lot of off-banking corners. We need a lot of front wing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, grip's definitely key, especially going through this corner here.
Yeah, now we come into the famous corner of 8 apexes,
Yeah.
which for us still look like taking with no issues. A bit slow out of the corner, but it looks fine.
Yeah, he took a very conservative line through there, so.
Yeah, a bit of a benchmark. And that is the first lap of this session. Then T-Widow,
Yep.
he beats it. But it's not by much. Well, sorry, it is by a lot.
I think Grack can be next. Cross
no,
the
it's
line
not.
and see what Grack can do.
Yeah, correct. It's a very good performance there.
Yeah, so that one looks like the 146 is the mark to shoot for right now. Try to get underneath.
Yeah.
Destroyers are tired. Looks like right on the front.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what happened there.
Neither am I here. Weird TV, another quick person, finishes lap. Still 4 tenths behind his teammate, but still on this first lap, trying to get to know the tires here at the very cold track, and also trying to get a benchmark so that they then can see where they can push. Very important when you have these 18 minutes.
Yeah, and the line will dry up a little bit as the tires run over it, as long as the rain doesn't pick up too much, which if they're staying on the intermediates, I don't think it will.
Yeah, if anything, the weather will clear up as Suzuki and Sparkplug is in the pits. Probably looking for that dry line, as I said, not wanting to, well, lose time and the tires. Waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike.
So Impossible Bacon, the first one to break that 146 barrier.
Yeah.
Just over a tenth.
Yeah, there's Vapor going into the pits. Vapor had a very rough race yesterday, a lot of collisions. But he will probably hope to rough himself up and keep him clean and keep it clean this time. As we now see Sparkplug going out on his first lap of the day. Looking to make a strong impression out of the box.
Let's see. What's we got out there?
We also have T-Widow, I believe on a hot lap, using a lot of his ERS.
Yeah, he's got it engaged, so it looks like I would say he's probably out for a fast lap. Let's see what he can do here, though.
Yeah. Nailing that apex, I would say.
Ooh, a little lock up there on the inside. He might get away with it.
Yeah.
Not
Remember
quite.
Charles Leclerc though, what they did there. And now here, Impossible Bacon, who I believe is starting a hot now. I'm not sure. No.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's got a lot of ERS saved up. Those tires are a little old, but
Yeah.
we've got. I think that was Deno getting out of the way.
Yeah.
Nope, that was Vapor getting out of the way.
Yeah. Very good done.
Yep.
Important too. Weird TV with the pole lap. Is he improving? Yes, he will improve by 3 tenths.
Yeah.
That's very good. and he's now under the 45.5 lap time.
So Grack has come out on some fresh intermediates. So that's a sign that we're not going to get any. The rain's not going to get any worse.
Yeah.
So we should see good hot laps all the way to the end here.
Well, yeah. If the rain would get worse, it's just to go into the pits and wait, because there's no reason to run them. But yeah, you're completely right here.
We would just have 8 minutes of.
Yeah. As Impossible Bacon spins at the start of sector 3 there, losing the rear end.
He's probably asking just too much out of those tires on this surface.
Yeah, it's not fun.
So see, Grack is starting out on a hot lap here, fresh tires. Ooh, runs a little wide there, but he might be able to pull that back.
There you go. Now No, sorry. Did you go?
I don't think that's the best sector 1. He may have improved, but I don't think in terms of the rest of the field it did. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll sure do. Here as the sole Red Bull of Tabar 8 is leaving room for the other drivers, probably looking to go into the pits. Yes, he will.
T-Widow is coming out on softs. I don't know if that's a mistake or if the track is really going to dry out that much.
That's a hard mistake to do, but yeah.
I think Grack did set a best second sector.
Wait, who do you say went out on
Grack?
soft?
Oh, T-Widow went out on softs, or at least he's got them applied. He's not out yet.
Yeah, thought so because Grack was on the inters. But yeah. Here I might be wrong, but I think that Alabata improved a bit there. Here he needs to give that wheel in space. It does.
So he does improve his time from 4th up to 3rd, and a lot of guys are starting to put the soft tires on now. So they must think that it's dry enough out there to give it a shot.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Well, there is no rain coming down, but still, it's way too wet. As you can see, as long as spray comes out of those tires, you want to keep on the wet tires. Here, as Grack's tires are loose and it really getting hot in that dry line. Those tires are made to be in the wet, so when there's a dry line, those tires will heat up too quickly.
Right. So let's see. It looked like Weird had them fitted but switched back to inners. The 2 Ferraris still have soft tires on. So I'm wondering if maybe this is a strategy. Maybe they think that all these other people going out on intermediates will dry up the track just enough to where they can put in a better time on the soft tire.
Yeah, it's very risky though. But we can see here that it is a fight for the championship, not only in the driver championship but also in the standings. It is it's 100 points between these two juggernauts of teams, really blowing away the 8 other teams, and as they stand in 1, 2, 3, and 4th position. It's really interesting what will happen here.
So it looks like Weird has switched back to the softs. I don't know, it's all speculation until they actually get out on the track, isn't it?
Yeah, but still, the spray's there. As now Rusty is what I believe the only one on a hot lap.
Vapor might be out on a hot lap as well.
Oh yeah, you're right about that, yeah.
But these guys gotta hurry, so if they aren't happy with this lap, they need to box and get good fresh tires and get back out, otherwise they're gonna run out of time.
Yeah, definitely. They do not have time for 2 hot laps. and a box. But at the same time, a weird TV is probably very comfortable there. I don't think that anyone can take his time on the inters, so he's probably just fitted those softs to be ashore as the second option. But there's still another very interesting part of this: the setups. We are of course in Park Fermé, so has Weird TV put on a wet setup, which will be bad for him in the race? That's a question. As now in Bacon puts on a set of mediums still in the pits. Now that Rusty makes up 4 tenths, but still keeps that position. Unfortunate, as Vapor is totally out of ERS, though. Can he improve? Yes, he can, up to a 4. What a performance!
Good lap from Vapor, making it worth it.
Yeah, really beating out, and as he's taking down T-Widow from that 4th, and now destroy the combination of colors. Still here.
Yep. So we need to see a lot of drivers coming out. They're going to run out of time to get an outlap in.
Yeah.
Looks like it's taking these guys, anywhere about 1 minute and 45 seconds when they're pushing, and it depends on how hard you want to push these tires on your outlap. So we better see a whole lot of cars coming out, starting to move. I think we are seeing that.
Yeah, as now the dry line is here. As you can see, there is no rain more. It's just a small amount of spray left from those tires, but other than that, completely dry, I would say. But no one is yet. Well, yes, Sparkplug out on the softs. He will be the pioneer of those tires, as T-Widow also comes out now. Yes, now everybody.
Yeah, a lot of guys with a gamble on the soft.
Yeah. Now everyone is out on those dry tires, if they have, except for Tambar, which will not be able to complete a new lap, as Rusty is waiting. Great.
Yeah, I think Rusty is totally out of fuel, so he's just doing his best to stay out of the way and try to get it back to the pits.
Yeah,
but I think his quality's done.
Yeah, and now though Albada is the first one out in these soft tires here in the S section. Will that help? Well, he looks way quicker, and yes, it is 2.5 seconds quicker, and that gives him the purple first sector here. As Bacon now will try the same thing, but of course be ahead of Albata. That he does not, but it still improves by 1.5 seconds. But he is on the mediums, very as he knows. Bacon goes. I'm sorry, I forgot the word.
Invalidated.
Yeah, invalid. Thanks.
So it looks like T-Widow is going to be the last one to get a lap in. So we'll see how the order shuffles here.
Yeah, that's very smart done by T-Widow, really maximizing the dryness of the track the best he can.
So Deno is out of gas. I think Alibata is going to set the first dry tire lap for us. And it's going to be his last lap of the quali as well, so let's see. It pays off. Wow, it pays off. Look at that.
Yeah.
So any of the guys on the wet tires are going to be towards the bottom for sure.
Yeah, they're done. As now T-Widow, the last one to get their half lap, has unfortunately invalidated. As now the only last ones, which at least I believe has a real shot at this, is the two alphas. Be very interested though to see which one of these two can put up the best fight.
Yeah, so Impossible decided to call it quits, although I think if... Oh, he invalidated. My bad.
Oh. It's then Grack versus Weird
Grack is
TV.
still out.
Yes.
So is Grack gonna? I think Grack's gonna steal this pole position. Oh yeah, by far.
Yeah, that's gracefully done. What a performance, though. Can Weird TV? No, he cannot. 7/10 off. Then
Let's see how spark plugs can do.
Yeah, as the last one. Does not improve.
He does not improve. That's got a bite.
Yeah, but still though, 1-2 for the Alphas. What a performance by Grack getting pole there. I love the when the quali gets a weather change. It feels like a hot lap. You only got one shot. Very interesting.
Absolutely a strategy though.
Yeah. So now then, we can see race director if anything has happened during this incident. No, nothing especially, not a collision or anything. The only one thing is Grack in the Alpha getting a warning from exiting the pit lane by crossing the white line.
Yeah, you can get away with it once.
Yeah.
But, so the dry tire at the very end of the session was definitely the move. I think it's interesting to see Ali Bada out there in third. That's a reserve driver actually who has a few points, so they've done some races. But a reserve driver up in third to start the race, so that'll be definitely one to watch.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was smart. He did not risk anything like I would say Sparkberg did. He did not try to max out. He just tried to. He knew that he was one of the ones to actually get a soft lap, and so he just taking that and not risking anything, just going straight, which gave him P3 by a lot of seconds. So it's just smart racing.
So I'm looking back. It's Ali Bada is a pretty recent reserve actually. They've done the last 3 races, 13th, 7th, and 6th. So can they continue that upward trend here and maybe score 5th or better here?
Yeah, that's the question.
Certainly a promising driver for T1.
Yeah.
Going into our next season.
Yeah, definitely. It will be exciting to see how that grid will be shaken up in all tiers.
So in case you're new to PRL, this is not a lobby glitch. The drivers are allowed 2 minutes for last minute comfort break or to get a water or build some strategy. So you just get to listen to me and Rally chat about the championship for 2 minutes.
Yeah, which, well, we have said the most things, but yeah, I mean, we have a lot of drives here which are very quick. I myself has not seen a lot of them, but I myself have been driving with Sparkplug and Rusty, and those are fast, and Vapor, they're quick, and it will be interesting to see what they can do against these tier 1 drivers. But as you said, people go on a break. I'm going to get some water because I need that.
Okay, sounds good. For the rest of us hanging out here, so I've got the driver standings pulled up. So of the people who are here in the lobby, T Widow is the top of the drivers standings in second. It looks like Weird is next in fourth. Who else do we have here today? Not a whole lot of the guys from the championship actually competing today. It looks like we got quite a few reserves, which is good. We love to get new drivers in. Let's see, Deno from 12.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yep, no problem. I was just running through the championship. It looks like we only have a handful of drivers who drive in who are in the championship actually driving in this race today.
Well, that's the more the better. Makes it more exciting.
Mhm. Yeah, it looks like most of our drivers here today are reserves, which is good.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, I totally missed Grack. Sorry, because his name is a little different in our standings than it is on PlayStation. So Grack is there as well. So the top four in the championship are here today, except for Terrible.
Yeah, unfortunately. But we'll hope to see him again in perhaps the new game, which will release this or next week, I believe.
Yeah. So if you get the Ultimate Edition or the whatever it's called, you get it the Tuesday, and then Friday for if you have the normal edition.
Yeah.
So, in terms of the drivers' championship, I think where he's not going to be competing in the next few races, a Terrible will probably drop down. But
Yeah.
so we've got T Widow is next. So T Widow will lead the drivers, followed by Grack and Weird, and
Yeah.
those guys are all separated by about 50 points.
Yeah, as
So-
now the people are readying up, and the formation lap will soon begin. As we have you said the grid order for today's race?
Yep. So we've got Grack on pole today, followed by Weird TV in second, Alibaba in third, Impossible Bacon taking the fourth spot today, Vapor in fifth place, T Widow will be starting sixth today, Deno in seventh, Tambar in eighth, Rusty Oil Can will take the ninth position, Spark Plugs in 10th, Suzuki in 11th, and Destroyer rounds up the grid in 12th today.
Yes.
So let's see the tires that these guys are on.
Oh, did you also see the comments?
Oh no, I haven't seen the look at the tire.
okay.
Yeah, no, I just read it.
Yeah. Ah.
So everybody on the soft except for Tambar and Suzuki, everybody on the soft tires, which makes sense, I guess, because you can where it was a wet session, you have free qualifying choice. So I'm gonna keep an eye on T Widow from the start because I've seen T Widow be really fast, but where he didn't, I think he invalidated maybe on his dry tire lap. He's starting down in sixth, and in reality he really should be up there with the two alphas. So will be interesting to watch.
Yeah, it truly will. As now the driver is here, not risking anything, being smart and waiting on the others. I saw it being very close at turn one, but everything is okay, which is good. Here
Yeah,
though,
hopefully we can get a good clean into turn one.
yeah. What do you think is the preferred tire strategy here? As Leon is pointing out that there's a lot of people on softs, only 2 people go medium. So what do you think is the preferred tire choice? As they now show it.
So I think it depends on how rough you're going to be on the tires. If you're a driver who can really conserve, then you can run a soft. You can probably run a soft to hard. I missed the T2 race yesterday, but I heard that was a good strategy that people used.
Yeah.
I think if it was me, I would probably be one of the 2 guys on mediums. I would try to do a medium soft.
As now
But,
they're lining up.
Yep, let's get ready for the 5 lights.
And it's lights out, and away we go. Looks like a stable start. Here though, out in turn 1.
Looks clean through turn 1.
Yeah, some people going wide, but it's okay here.
So look there, T Widow already up into 3rd position. Got a really good start off of into T1.
Yeah. Yeah, T Widow, yeah, as you said now, is looking at Weird TV, trying to get ahead of him to perhaps do a Max Verstappen and try to split the two Mercs. Well, in this case, the Alphas.
Right.
As Denault now using the ERS, trying to get the run up on Impossible Bacon. Does not do it though, as we have now seen a slipstream trial. Still, everybody is looking good. Nothing major.
Yeah. When the train starts, you've got to be a part of it. Otherwise, you'll start slipping behind people really quick.
Yeah, as now Rusty gets a bad exit into the eighth turn, which Destroy is trying to take for himself now here. Very skillfully done, but he runs Rusty a bit wide. This will give Suzuki the chance. Suzuki there, really like an assassin, waiting for the moment.
Yeah, and Rusty continues to drop back. It looks like he might lose one in T1 to... No, never mind. They were a little farther ahead than I thought.
Yeah. Now, Vapor has lost some. He had a very good qualifying. I don't know what happened there. But he... Oh, as he tries to go to on Sparkplug. But it looks like he's having everything, every little bit of his wing.
So Bacon has already picked up a time penalty for track limits.
Yeah, that's huge in that battle for the win here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we can see here as that Destroyer and T-Widow being the two real deals here, gaining 4 and 3 places respectively here on the 1.5 first parts of this race. And meanwhile, Vapor has lost 7, now down to the last place, trying to pick off Sparkplug.
So let's see, in terms of our big movers, T-Widow up 3 positions, starting from 6. Suzuki picking up a time penalty as well. Yeah, these guys have got to be careful. If they're getting time penalties this early in the race, most of the time it's very rare to happen, but you get too many and you can be black flagged out of the race.
Yeah.
So if these guys are getting these penalties this early, they got to watch out.
But then though, Impossible Bacon putting pressure on his teammate of Widow. Will there be team orders here in Ferrari? As it looks like Bacon has the better pace. Here, getting really close. Is T-Widow gonna let him by? Does not look like it.
T-Widow's got to think about his championship here, though. He effectively has the lead of the championship, whereas Bacon is a reserve. He's the best of all the reserves, but you got to think about the championship here, and sometimes you got to put your pride aside for that.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, a move that some teams does, you could see Ferrari at Austria switching places to let the quicker one be like an attacker, putting pressure on Weird and Grack.
That's true as well.
Yeah, which then can give T-Widow an even better shot in the end, as Destroyer now getting another place.
Destroyer's up 5 positions from his start, so he's having a great race.
Yeah, really showing the performance out of those softs in that very special corner. As now though, Bacon once again on the pressure, but T-Widow is not slacking off either, putting pressure on Weird.
Yep, they're all running a train, and Grack is not too far ahead, only a second, but he's kind of distanced himself a little bit.
But now T-Widow really close. Looks like the bad air from Weird TV is not even affecting me, as now Weird goes wide. Here,
And that's
who's
another
better on the
position up for
brakes?
T-Widow.
T-Widow looking really solid there, but does not get the DRS, which Weird does. So Weird then comes back at him there and out breaks him. Really good racing, but Weirdo there trying to do the switchback. The switchback does not get it works. Even locks up. Great racing though.
Yeah, these guys at the top are really giving us a show.
Yeah, they truly are. Yeah, still putting pressure though. T-Widow and Bacon believing that they have the better pace as Weird to misses that apex. Now then here, trying to get the best exit here. T-Widow truly does it with the DRS being really close.
The DRS now, yep.
Piece of cake for him. Then can Bacon strike as well? He does not get close, tucks back in, but now T-Widow into the SS has the better track position.
Yeah, I think T-Widow will be able to hold this. He needs to get that gap built now, so that way they don't swap back at the next DRS zone.
Yeah.
But I think he can do it.
Yeah, but at the same time, Weird TV does not think fond of that plan, trying to regain that position as Vapor gets a 3-second penalty for track limits.
Looks like Bacon's going down on the inside.
What a move!
Get the job done on Weird.
Perhaps push a bit too far, but still pretty
And he picked
clean.
up the DRS, I believe. He did.
Yeah, he's still. Yeah, both of them had it though. Now then, Alabata out of this battle is thinking of taking someplace himself, really leaving Denal behind.
Yeah, he qualified up in third. He's dropped down a little bit, but you can tell they definitely want a piece of that action for sure.
That's not Weird TV losing that apex, really giving Alabata and a chance for fourth. I don't know. Weird TV had such a great qualifying. I know what's happened here in these parts of the race. Losing it, I would say, as a destroyer on Denal's gearbox, getting it right on. His qualifying pace may not be the best, but his racecraft is really showing. But Denal gets the switchback working and retaking that position gracefully done.
So it looks like I think Weird just picked up the time penalty as well. So now he was going to have an advantage over Bacon, with Bacon having a penalty, but now they're on an even footing. So we'll just have to see here.
Now it will be very interesting with Bacon and Widow, but he does not even get close. Though here, Destroyer on down now trying to make it stick, actually, instead of it just being for 1 second, does it very good. Closest, actually, that, I don't know, that's not really fair, but still, he made the move stick.
So now the gaps between Grax, T-Widow, and Bacon will be the ones to watch. So I've kept an eye on what Grax's been doing up there in the lead. He had 2 seconds out on I think it was actually Weird who was in second before T-Widow got him. So now that T-Widow's gotten around, that he got the gap down to about 1.7, but it's starting to increase back again. So, you know, is Grax going to be able to run away with this and just cruise on to another victory, or is T-Widow going to have something to say about that?
Yeah,
we'll
that's the yeah. And meanwhile, Tambar in the 8 apex corner took Denal, who ran wide. Now I wonder if those mediums are starting to help Tambar and Suzuki, as they are starting to get increasingly faster against now Destroy and Denal.
Yeah, so now will be the time to see if Tambar and Suzuki can start to take this thing into their own hands. Destroyer's picked up a lot of positions, but now Tambar's on him looking to get one of those positions back.
Yeah. But he will not make it work there. Definitely not. Someone who will though is Suzuki. Getting it done on Denals with those, which gets now quicker mediums. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so the guys on mediums, they don't have to feel, I mean, obviously you don't want to be stuck behind a slower car, but they don't really have to feel the pressure to try to get around these guys because they're all going to be in the pits in 3 laps.
Yeah, but at the same time, as a medium driver, in these right before the stint, these soft races can feel like a roadblock if they're going for the one stop. As now,
Right.
Alabama, right as we're talking about stints, does his first pit stop here.
He's in for the mediums.
Yeah, then is it a one stop or two stop? Do you believe?
I think that depends on how well they can take care of those tires. If they're good and gentle on them, they can probably make it last the whole way. I think the posted race strategy said that you could make it work. But if he starts to try to get very aggressive, trying to catch everybody else before they pit, and then that could change the complexion of the race here for him. So.
Yeah. One thing though, which I've seen here very clearly, is that the tier 1 here is a lot more clean in its overtakes. Sure, rough and hard, but I haven't seen a single wing here yet.
No, that's very true. Very true.
It's impressing.
Tambar just got the move finished on Destroyer.
Yeah.
So it looks like things have kind of calmed down at the top a little bit. Bacon's still keeping T Widow honest, but doesn't really look in the position to get an overtake.
Yeah, but at the same time, he has 3 times as much ERS, so he's probably waiting a bit.
That's true.
None of these 4 are going in yet, at least.
T Widow starting to eat into that gap on Grack a little bit, but not too much as Deno jumps into the pit.
Yeah.
Let's see what tires Deno will take.
He is the only one doing so. And now, yeah, Widow really juicing up his ERS. I think he's getting flustered by Bake, who has the same amount but is way closer now.
Yeah, he's definitely in a good position for an overtake on this long back straight.
Yeah, if he only can make the corner stick.
We'll see as he comes up. So Deno swapped onto the medium tires and got a fresh wing, so he may have put it into the wall a little earlier than he intended. Had to come in for that pit stop.
Oh,
but let's watch here.
Yeah, that will not work. Too far behind. No. The same with the Destroyer. Sparkplug though. He uses all this overtake while Rusty's trying to keep it as low. Sparkplug though, trying to outbrake, does not work. Rusty did a solid brake, but locks up.
Yeah, I think Rusty is one of the older guys in the league, so he's not afraid to let somebody try to make a risky move, and Rusty's just going to run his own race, and it pays off for him more often than not.
Oh yeah, as now though. I think Bacon is getting frustrated with T Widow here, being what I would say is the faster car here. Will he try to make the move work? Yes. Can he outbrake him? Yes, he can. Very good down there. That is a hard corner to actually get as it is so blind, but he made it work. Being brave with the brakes.
Yeah, so now is T Widow going to try to come back on him because this is going to frustrate him?
Yeah, but still, he only has half the amount of ERS. But I was Bacon is too far ahead.
Bacon's really closed the gap to Grack now.
Yeah, when he got that free air, he really shows his fangs. On Grack, he's getting way close, but that was not an overtaking opportunity though. Can Rusty defend from Sparkplug in the 9th position? Sparkplug taking off the ERS, not looking to it here, but still peeking down the outside. That skillful dump. Oh, as Rusty punches is going wide with the elbows. I don't know the legality of that. Still, Sparkplug does not give in.
Well, Rusty had his car placed in the dead center of the track, so Sparkplugs had to choose to go around the outside or the inside, and I think that was a fair battle between the two of them. I don't think either one has damage, so...
Yeah, and a takedown for the lead, Grack, losing out to Bacon on the main straight at the pit stops, as Grack weaves to try and block, but it does not work here, and Bacon now is in first position from 4th. What a performance here with these fast guys. Now then, back to Sparkplug and his venture for 8th. And now, as Albadas joined that battle, getting real close to Sparkplug here. Sparkplug in that S section has lost Rusty.
So it'll be interesting to see how many of these front runners pit, because Weird has already pitted for the mediums.
Yeah.
So will Grack go ahead and follow suit now that he's already been passed? Or is he going to stay out and try to put pressure on Bacon?
That is an interesting topic of questionment here, as Albata made the move work on Sparkplug easy with the DRS and ERS, as he has saved up a lot more. I believe he is the one driver here with the most. Yeah,
so
78.
Grack does dive into the pits.
Yeah, a lot of people have
actually
follows
him in.
Yeah, sorry, but a lot of people here have actually overused their ERSs. If you ask me, you want to keep it at 70%, like Albata's done here, and it really shows. As we now have a yellow flag, as Sparkplug has completely missed the entry of the pit exit, so he now also has to change the front wing. Really bad for him.
Yeah, that's gonna add some time.
The question is though, does his team actually get that? Yes, they do. Unfortunately, they don't always do that when the collision is that late. Then Alabata is, and Weird TV close to Grack now. Alabata really doing a great performance here. With that undercut, really did wonders as he gets close to Grack, but still 1 second off. Weird TV 8/10 off.
Yeah, so Alabata's now effectively in 2nd position. So really paid off well.
Yeah. And also Grack going onto the softs again. That means that he's definitely looking at a 2-stopper. Something though, Albata went in pretty early, so he's probably also going for the 2-stop. But instead of soft medium, he's going soft medium soft, which I say is the preferred strategy. But it's everyone's choice.
So as poor Suzuki picks up another time penalty there, he's already up to 12 seconds in penalties, I think.
Oh.
Let me make sure I got that detail correctly.
Yeah, as Weird gets the fastest lap and now trying to make the move around Albata, around the outside, that's mossfully down there. Can Albata go try to get it back? Probably not.
No, but there's a reason that the Alphas and the Ferraris are so high up in the championship, right? They're definitely quick guys.
Yeah, that plus the fact that Weird TV had 3 laps younger tires really helped him.
Right.
But now the Bacon with those softs, he should be going in this lap. Because he's really hurting himself now, I would say, staying out this late. I think that Greg now is in his... Yeah, Greg's definitely in Bacon's window. As Greg gets...
Yeah, and the gap is dropping.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's quick.
Yeah, he needs to get in now. There he goes.
The two Renaults is having a battle. But it looks like it's getting more and more cloudy. For every lap here that would take, though the rain should not come. That would be very weird. But who knows?
Okay, I had a weird glitch. Impossible still showing in the pits.
Oh. Well, yeah, he's still in pits for me, but he is now exiting. Where can he go though? Albada, with the harder tires, can he do something impossible? No, he cannot. That's impossible now is on fresh mediums.
He might be able to hang with him through the S's.
Yeah, those 12 lap softs, running those very long, is probably going to make the one stopper here that work for him wonders. As now we'll have a way quicker set of mediums during the entire race.
Yeah. Well, we're already at the halfway point, so you know, if he can make the softs last that long, surely the mediums can as well.
Yeah, without holding anything back, probably as well. Now on Weird TV, on this straight, it shouldn't work. He peeks his front wing out, but that does not help as Weird TV locks up. Going a bit into the corner, I believe. Locks up again. Now getting really flustered by Bacon's pushing. Locks up again. Weird TV here really does not like his tires. Can he keep this corner good though? Yes, he can. The impossible is only getting closer and closer as he has been a tank slapper. As now Suzuki
off track. Tried to dive into the pits and missed.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he had the same problem as Sparkplug, I believe. Then once again, impossible. Cannot peek the inside there. Getting really close now, but he needs to do that overtake to get the free air.
Greg picking up a penalty. That's his first, I think.
Yeah, you can always
been keeping it clean for a long time.
Yeah, you can always go into the race director to check. And now it's really close between third and fifth. Sorry, you can.
So Tambar is still out on those medium tires. Now, he started the race in 8th, and I think that's probably about... He might drop back to 7th after his pit stop, but if he can come in and get on soft tires, that could be a really good strategy. I don't think it's enough to get him a win, but it might be able to get him on the podium.
Yeah, sorry, Bacon does a great move around the inside, I believe. On that long straight, T-Widow trying to do the same, but doesn't make it work, and it's now also locking up in that very technical section. But he gets a way better turn in that 8 apex corner, which Albada cannot do, and T-Widow is just sails past him in that corner, and she's now only looking up and not in his mirrors.
So Alibaba and Rusty are the only drivers that don't have any penalties. If Alibaba can actually keep it clean with the gaps the way they are right now, he's on the podium. If he can keep it clean and the gaps don't increase too much more than they are.
Oh yeah, I believe that Tambar is looking out for this safety car. That's why he has run these tires just that little bit longer than he probably could have. Trying to make it work, and because then he would get a free pit stop, of course.
Right, that would be a good strategy, but it would have to be this leading group. I think everybody else is fairly separated.
Yeah.
To get a collision for a safety car.
Yeah, not to be that, but it would probably work better in Tier 2 than here, as we have now seen on this track. Yeah,
so
as you said,
Suzuki after his stop coming in for softs, so we'll be able to see how well that strategy might work out for Tambar. Tambar pits in for softs as well.
Yes. Dano was trying it around the outside, but did not work as Vapor got the better traction out of that corner. It's now leading him up into the apex corner after that technical section.
Grack is into the pits. He's done with those soft tires.
That's early. It's not a wing change.
No, I don't think he thought that the soft tires were going to make it to the end of the race. So he came in and got the mediums before it was too late.
But he should still have chosen them, right? Oh, now it's getting real cloudy. Could there be some rain in these last laps?
I chatted with Rusty pre-race, and he said the race is supposed to be dry all the way. So now the weather forecast isn't always correct.
Well,
but
yeah.
Supposedly it's dry.
But that's a bit of the fun part, as we see now, the battle for 8th place of these two Renaults. A really heated rivalry, it looks like, with these two sticking to each other since lap 1. Though do not giving Vapor a lot of space though. In the DRS, can make that surplus of ERS. Can he put it to good use? He does not use it. Vapor though does use it, and it's now completely empty. What a late break move from Dano, but he goes a bit too far though. It's really putting the pressure on Vapor.
So Tambar's now pitting. He's going to be in there for a little bit longer because he just picked up a penalty. So it's probably going to have him serve that penalty as well.
Yeah. In other news, Widow is also looking to pressure Weird here. As now Tambar, as Tambar goes in. And that should mean that there will be no rain. Where does he come out? He comes out just ahead of Grack. And on those softer and faster tires, that will be in battle to see. But I think Tam will get it. As
something in sector 1.
Yeah, Renault has
spin.
Yeah, the Renault of Renault has had. We'd not see it, but that's really bad. The first real incident, I would say, and except for those pit entries. There, turn 1. If you do not have traction control, that's really hard. As you go up and then down, it could be pretty blind as the steering can go light.
Yeah, that's really going to hurt his race. Suzuki picks up another penalty. He is up to 21 seconds of time penalties. I don't think the game will let you accumulate many more than that.
I mean, I don't think that Dano is his enemy now. It's him and the stewards, because he might as well get black flagged.
Oh, I didn't see that Suzuki hit him. I thought Dano spun on his own.
Oh, they hit it. Oh, they hit each other.
Oh, okay. I didn't recognize that.
Where did they? You said,
I didn't think they did.
I can see. Oh, a lot of warnings in this race. Well, yeah, Suzuki, multiple warnings. Yes, he did touch, I believe.
Okay.
But perhaps not. I'm not sure. So don't take my word for it.
So here's the thing to watch. Alibata still has 0 penalties. He is 5 seconds behind the leader, Bacon, who has 6 seconds in penalties. So, with the penalties taken into account, Alibata actually effectively leads this race.
This is some scenario 7 stuff right here, folks.
Absolutely.
As now T-Widow will try to make the move work here. He does not use the ERS. He should have done that around the outside. Can't make it work. Weird TV's really good on those brakes. Yeah. But Weird there is really good on those brakes. Another battle here is Tambar and Destroyer as Tambar and Destroyer gets a bit of collision, but it looks like Tambar's front wing is okay though, as he makes the move on the Destroyer down the inside of one of the most technical corners here. Making good use of those newer and softer tires.
So Alibata's disadvantage here, I keep an eye on him because his disadvantage here is he's not in the DRS train. So these top three are going to all be in each other's DRS. They're going to just keep running and he's going to get left in the dirt.
Yeah, that may, yeah, a bit like Austria. But the thing is though that on such a track like this, being in that 1 second gap also means that you will have that you will probably lose time in the technical sections here, like the SS and Sector 3. So
True.
yeah, it's anyone's game here as T-Widow now. This time he actually uses a bit of ERS as the now is leaving the session though. Now though, can T-Widow actually make it work? He does not use any more ERS than he needs. Safe on the brake, does not work. Weird TV is very good on those brakes when it counts.
So Deno has left the session. I'm not sure if it's a connection issue or a rage quit.
Yeah. Oh, and Tambar, what a move from Tambar. Awesome. Baiting Alabata to go on the outside, but actually goes on the inside. Then a bit of a late break, it still makes it work. That's one of the highlights. And that's though putting Alabata to shame, and not, and that definitely puts him out of contention for the race for the win, I believe. Not sure.
I think. So let's see. No, I think he might be okay. So.
It's raining.
It's weird.
It's raining.
It's raining?
Yeah, it's raining. And
wow.
Yeah, and you can see here at Tambar on the softs having a bit of problem on the in the S section. Now this just took another turn here. Grack.
Yeah.
Grack should not have pitted. Oh, and Weird TV loses it. And that gives T-Widow now finally his move done. He gets it for free, but still, as Weird TV being way too eager on the throttle.
Yeah, so with the rain coming down, that throws everybody's strategy out the window.
Yeah, that's the thing. Why? I mean, I believe that it's such light rain because it should have evolved by now, which actually may be smart for Grex, because if the rain gets worse, I don't know why he had pitted them. Yeah, it's anyone's game now, because as Weird TV showed, mistakes are very easily done here. Well, the DRS is of course still open, and that gives Greg the a shot at Alabata for 5th place here. Through the S's. Yes, the rain is getting heavier and heavier, but not by a lot.
I think if it continues, we've got 6 laps to go, so I think it's so difficult, because if you come in for wet tires now, are they really going to make up the difference for the pit stop if others don't?
You don't want to go in now. As long as the DRS is in effect, going in is suicide. The track is still way too dry and too hot for that, as Greg now, even before the straight, makes the move work on Alabata for 5th position. Now though, Tambar and Suzuki on the softs has a real good thing here, because the softs are a lot better in the rain actually. So they are people to watch out for here.
As long as those softs can make it the rest of the race. So there looks like Tambar's already got 4 laps on his soft tires, and got another 5 laps to go. So those tires will not be happy at the end of this stint.
Yeah, Suzuki, meanwhile, on 6 laps old, goes wide in the 8 base corner in the battle in the venture for 8th position, with Vapor being the only defense, trying to get those 4 points.
So 3 of the top 5 now have 9 seconds in penalties. Bacon, Weird, and Tambar. So I think that still puts Alibata on the position for a podium.
Yeah. As now Leon, our only commentator for the race, says that the fight up top will be close, and yes, it definitely will. Here as Tambar tries to visualize that by trying to take Weird TV here, though not being successful, as these 3 now for the second place is getting closer and closer. So yeah, I mean, now Widow is in the lead, I guess you could say. Actually, Impossible Bacon looking like he's being in either second or third, depending on what Grack can come up with.
I think if the race ended right now, I think it's Widow, Grack, and then Bacon. I think would be the order, but I'm not entirely sure. Sorry, we'll find out at the end of the race.
Yeah, as I believe Denault has had another spin, or such. Oh, right, sorry, he left. I forgot about that. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not sure, again, if that's a Suzuki with another penalty. So that's, so he's got 24 seconds. So that's 24 track limits warnings for Suzuki today.
Now, Tambar and Weird battling it out. Tambar trying on the outside. Oh, what a move here. Tambar really showing a magic performance in racecraft, where TV tries to go on trying to fight back, but Tambar doesn't have any of it, and does a slight touch with his side pod, which puts Weird TV all out, and has now lost 1.3 seconds because of that move. Yeah, Tambar's really great in the with the racecraft, even though he can be a little bit rough.
So with Bacon's new penalty, that actually now puts him behind Alibata.
Yeah.
Because Alibata's only 10.2 behind, and Bacon's got 12 seconds of penalties. So, you know, Bacon's having a great race, but, you know, the penalties are just stacking up on him.
Yeah, and at the same time, Tambar, after leaving Weird TV in the dust or rain, perhaps I should say, is pushing on Widow now, only being half a second up, now almost 4/10 using the DRS, but still he has almost no ERS to show for it.
Yeah, he's been using it all to make these moves.
Yeah, and with such a flowing track as this, it's not easy to regain it.
So he and Widow actually have almost the exact same amount of ERS right now.
Yeah, and it's not a lot.
So if he can, no, it's not very much. So if he can kind of just chill out in the DRS for a lap or so, charge up a little bit, he can take that second position on on the track. Now, I think with the penalties, T. Widow will take the position back from him. And Alibaba actually picks up another penalty now, so that's his first of the race.
But I said that if anything here, sure, T. Widow is still in contention for getting the real victory here, but if anything, he should actually leave Tambar to battle it out with Bacon, and so that he does not get caught up here, because he is in the technical lead here, T. Widow. So he should just leave it to Tambar, say, okay, I get it, you're quicker, let me, and I'll let you take over. But no, instead he tries to pressure it on Bacon now. And now, as this is for first, this is the only real battle that we have actually here.
Yeah, the top three are all within a second of each other, all within a half second of each other now.
Yeah, Bacon gives it to T. Widow here, probably looking to hold up Tambar, as those two are in the real contention here. But if anything, T. Widow should even perhaps have been looking out for Tambar and try to slow him down. Because now Tambar on those softs will try to be as quick as he can and try to push Bacon. As now Suzuki has gained 27 seconds. I think that this is his last chance.
Man, how tragic would that be to reach the end of the race and pick up an additional penalty on the last lap and get disqualified for that?
Yeah. Now, T. Widow really has to be a team sportsman and try to always let Bacon be in the 1 second gap to get that DRS. If not, he's looking pretty dead out there. But still, he has 3 times as much ERS than Tambar. So we'll see.
Yeah, so Tambar really going to town on those soft tires. Now, they're younger than the mediums, but they're also probably worn quite a lot more because they are softer compound. So I would say they're probably pretty close to on with the tires.
Yeah, and now Tambara used up all of his ERS before the strike, trying to gain up, but that will not help if he can't get it if he can't get speed here. As Bacon getting closer to Widow, but it will definitely not do an overtake. Is now there's also a battle for fourth between the alphas, which Greg says that he'll go for it around the outside on Weird, and showing who's boss in that team, even with 6 seconds less, and perhaps even going to try on Tambar. Because you should imagine now that at this moment in time, the mediums are probably quicker than the softs.
Yeah, I would probably say so. I'd have to agree with you on that one.
Yeah, so then Greg should probably, with this free air, be able to push out now, as Bacon and Tambar is now getting closer than they have had this entire battle. But of course, Tambar then has to leave the room to not have such understeer, which he unfortunately is suffering from.
And we're on the final lap, so if you're gonna do something, you have to do it now.
Yeah, this is when we unfortunately can see some very drastic moves here, which are uncalled for. But we'll see here, as the Tambar shouldn't have a shot now, as Bacon has over 50 ERS, and yeah, as you can see, he does not have a shot at Bacon, even with the DRS. So now, with that done, there is no real overtaking opportunity left. It's just to keep calm. Don't do any mistakes now. This half lap left. But then, T. Widow. What performance! Well, only 2 corners left. What can we say about that? 3 second penalty only. It's only him and a few other drivers had it, and now as he wins, takes that easily. But then Graf gets on second.
Yeah, Graf was able to keep it a little bit cleaner than some of the other guys, and that really helped his race at the end, for sure.
Yeah, Alabata, what does he do? He does not improve. Vapor is way too far behind, though we should believe that Suzuki will be in 11th if nothing. Oh no, sorry, that may not be sure. Buck and Sparkplug fight back from Suzuki to get those 2 points.
I think Sparkplug and Rusty are both gonna get around Suzuki with penalties.
Yeah, I'm not sure though.
Yeah. So a great race for T Widow, starting in 6th position off the grid today.
Yeah, really.
Of the qualifying lap on intermediates, but he fought back early, made up a lot of those positions, and is further kind of establishing that he is going to be the top guy at the end of the season.
Yeah, Rusty actually from 11th in the final position actually got 9th as we see drive today T Widow deservingly, I would say.
Taking driver of the day, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean not only leading it, but also with such a small amount of penalties, really showing that he was the most consistent driver out here today.
Yep. Now taking that selfie on the podium, did he have that phone in his pocket during the race? Because that can be a severe penalty. The FIA will have to take a look into that.
Yeah, that. But at the same time, I mean, those 200 grams. I mean, he has to have something to slow down, which is shown there.
This is true. Yeah. Let's grab the race director before we sign off. Thank you guys for joining us for the T1 race.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, drivers then. Yeah, as we see T Widow with the soft medium tire strategy, that will probably be the preferred one for the premiere tier, which will air soon. And yeah, very interesting to see the different tire strategies, even though the probably preferred one was soft medium. We can also see the incidents here, a lot of them. Yeah, I mean, I can scroll down here. I cannot even scroll to the end probably. And then the pit stopped here. And that is a wrap for this race session. Yeah, you have been watching Tier 1 with Performance Racing League.